The Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
Thank you so much for joining me, Mia Pembroke. Thanks for taking the time from home, obviously. How did your musical journey start for you?
So my dad was in a band when he was younger, and as soon as I was about 6 years old, he gave me an acoustic guitar and was like, "Here you go," and I was like, "Okay, fine." So I started learning really young.
Were you a bit like, what do I do with this? Or have you seen your dad so many times?
I actually picked it up really, really quickly, and it obviously helped that my dad was a guitarist, so he was in the house with me all the time. So if there was anything that I didn't know, I'd just be like, "Dad," and he'd just help me with it. So actually, I can remember it being quite easy, and then I just basically just did covers for years and years, and then when I was 22, I started writing. And that's basically it. I was just about to start gigging, and then coronavirus happened. So it's started slow progress, but started when I was about 6. So it's been doing it a long time.
Crazy. And can we chat about your latest single, WYNONA? First of all, who is WYNONA?
WYNONA is my best friend.
Okay, cool. Does
so
she know it's about her?
Yeah.
Okay, because I was going to say, otherwise she'll find out now.
Yeah, no, she'll find out. This is how you found out. No, it's her name's Ella, but she was going to be called WYNONA when she was a baby, so we all could call her Winnie, just to wind her up. And I wrote the song. I always usually spend quite a lot of time writing the songs, and WYNONA was the only one that literally just, considering it's the longest song that I've written, it's about 5.5 minutes.
Yeah.
And I wrote it in about 20 minutes because there's not really a lot of thought behind it. It is literally, I'm just singing about or writing about our friendship, because she's been my best friend since we were 11 and we've been through so much together. And I just wanted to, do a little song for her.
So you say it came to you really quickly in about 20 minutes. How does it come to you? Does it just kind of flood?
So I really...
Do you know what I mean? Yeah, exactly.
I really struggled with writing for my whole life. I almost actually gave up altogether because I thought, I can't write. I don't really know what I'm doing. And I actually, for some bizarre reason, I really don't know why, as soon as I started listening to Billie Eilish,
really?
I started being able to write. It's the most bizarre thing. And I think maybe just hearing a different kind of way of writing, a different way of sort of expressing into lyrics from her, opened up floodgates, and now I actually find writing probably the most natural thing that I could possibly do.
How cool is that?
I just thought about, all the kind of stuff we get up to. We go for a lot of drives, get up to a lot of mischief, and I just think about that, and then I just wrote it. But it was writing, I found it so difficult up until a few months ago.
Mad. And the track, obviously it was released back in March, but when we started lockdown. But what was the process in terms of you writing the song and then being able to release it?
So I reached out to a producer on Instagram. Am I allowed to say names on here?
Yeah, of course.
I'm sure he wouldn't mind. His name's Philip Marsden, and he is amazing. And I found him on Instagram because in sort of the local music scene, there's a lot of mutual following on Instagram, which is really handy. And I found him, reached out to him, and we had a chat. And it turns out that we're into the same sort of music, sort of Foals, and quite a big indie sort of scene. And
hang on, are you a Foals fan?
Yeah.
Okay, we'll talk about that in a minute. Carry on.
Okay. I'm not an avid Foals fan. I won't be able to tell you about a show they did in 2008 or whatever. They weren't even going then. I don't know, but I am. Their music is quite what inspires the production behind some of the stuff that I've got going on at the moment. But I reached out to him. He works in a studio in Buckinghamshire.
Cool.
So the other side of London to me. So I drove up there, and yeah, we did a couple of songs, got them all done, but Winona was the only one I released because the other one, I just wasn't sure about it.
Okay.
From a writing perspective, but the production is amazing. He's absolutely amazing. So yeah, I basically wrote it, contacted him, went up to the studio, and then went through a distributor to get it on Spotify, really.
And did you have to do anything like different because we were in lockdown by the time it went out?
No, so
or was that all done already?
I recorded it. When did I record it? I recorded it in January, and then it went out in March. It took quite a few weeks, or when did I record it? Yeah, January, February, and it took quite a while for the distributor to get it to Spotify. And the funny thing is that I was constantly checking on the distributor app to see if it had gone out.
Yeah.
And I didn't hear anything, and I was like, oh, I don't really know what's going on. And then all of a sudden, it was when we was working from home and we were in lockdown, and a colleague messaged me who doesn't really know that he hasn't got Instagram, so he doesn't really know that I do any of this stuff. And he was like, why are you on Spotify? Like, no way. And that's how I found out that it was there.
Was that really
so?
Surreal?
It was weird. It was totally the weirdest thing ever. And I just sat there all day just watching the streams going up on Spotify writing. Oh my God. So yeah, no, it was weird.
Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
So you sent us some tracks, like most artists do, when they come on the show in this format, and you wrote an awesome song called "Make You Famous." What's that about? Is that because you want to be famous?
That is, so a lot of what I write, I really like the fact that some of it is completely true.
Yeah.
And some of it is total bull.
Yeah.
Like, it's completely fictional. I literally write about anything. And Make You Famous is totally fictional. It's about a girl who wants to be famous, and she's basically getting sort of enticed by like a label dude to sort of do the wrong thing to get into the industry. And it just inspired by a conversation I was having with my mum once about people that do that, and I thought that would make a really cool song. So that is about a character called Stevie, named after Stevie Nicks. It is totally fictional, but yeah, that's what it's about.
And also Sangria. I was watching the tracks, and I'll be honest, I just wanted to be sitting on the beach in Spain drinking sangria.
Sangria is my favourite drink in the world, and I thought I'm going to name one of my songs after it. But there's obviously a line in the track that says sangria in a flask, and it's basically about there is truth in that one. That's basically about it's essentially about sort of unrequited love, you know, that typical thing that people write about. And it's one night I had a horrible night where I was going to meet someone, and I had sangria in a flask because I was so nervous, and it totally went tits up. So I thought I'll put that in the song, and I'll name it after my favourite drink. Literally will write about absolutely anything.
Back about if you keep on letting me down. Learning to sleep alone, the imagination is gone now. I exacerbated and I really hate it. I'm conceited, you push me off the clouds and doesn't lead to the ground. And I've been thinking of your love, and now I'm afraid I've lost control. The kind of shadows on the ground that pulls my body from my soul. You're taking over my mind, and I will send you my apologies and dance upon the flames of the way that I felt for you, which never felt the same. You're taking over my mind. Whoa. I'll be your best kept secret, I wonder how long for. I will have no fury like a woman's gone. Sangria in a flask, and my heart tied in a bar for you. I'm so I wish I never knew. And I've been thinking of your love, and now I'm afraid I've lost control. The kind of shadows to the ground that pulls my body from my soul. You're taking over my mind, and I will send you my apologies and dance upon the flames of the way that I felt for you, which never felt the same. You're taking over my mind. And I don't wanna fall in love, and I don't wanna fall
The Alpha Sessions.
At the beginning of the interview, we were basically chatting about how WYNONA was your first track, and until that point, you were doing loads of covers. What do you think makes a good cover?
Completely changing it from whatever it was in the first place, which is actually something that's why I'm so glad that I started writing, because I used to be really good at that when I was about 17, 18, at taking a song and completely transforming it into something so unrecognisable. And then actually as I got older, I actually did lose my way with that a bit, and I stopped having that creativity to actually take something that was already a song and change it. So writing came along at the best time, but 100% I'd say, like, giving an example, Alt J did a cover of Lovely Day by Bill Withers, and it is unrecognisable, and I think a good cover is taking something and completely transforming it. I think that makes a good cover.
Have you got a favourite one that you've done?
Yeah, This Charming Man by the Smiths.
I heard that one online, it's great.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, no, it's but again, thanks. But again, it's because it's completely different to the original song, because the original song's obviously that really upbeat, and I thought let's make this one really depressing and depress everyone. So no, that's I actually did that one on West Kent Music Live.
Oh, cool.
Tunbridge Wells a few months ago. So I like that one.
Nice. Have you got what kind of music have you been listening to whilst you've been stuck at home?
That is a good question. What have I been listening to? Do you know what? I've been listening to a lot of TikTok music. You know, like TikTok.
Yeah.
And they use, it's really not my thing at all, but they use like really sort of underground music that no one's ever heard of.
Okay.
And I've been on an absolute binge of looking up TikTok songs and downloading those. So I'm still listening to like the usual, like the Smiths and Foles and Laurel and Billie Eilish and things like that. But I've been listening to a lot of TikTok music as well. There's one by Willow Smith that I found the other day. I probably listened to it 1,000 times in like 2 weeks.
So funny. Yeah. So you're a Foles fan?
Yeah.
Because I'm a massive Foles fan. No.
Foles super fan.
Okay, so what is it like? Did they inspire your music, the way it's produced, or?
Yeah,
or
definitely.
Just like listening to them.
No, I definitely. I basically love the riffs that they use. Yeah. And I like the fact that their songs are quite uniform, in that there's always a riff in there that's very kind of niche to them, and that is what you'll hear in WYNONA. There's 2 riffs in that song, and it was when I got to the studio and Philip, the producer, said, you know, what do you want to do with this? I played in Night Swimmers by Foles, and I was like, just do that to it. Just do that. So yeah, definitely like the riffs they use, and Yanis Bilopakis' voice is obviously amazing. So
there was a great Instagram live that I was watching, and he was basically playing along on his guitar to everything and playing it really loud, and his neighbour came in and started moaning about the noise, and obviously he didn't realise he was from Foles, and I just thought that was so hilarious.
Is that only
and you could see him coming in. No, it was alive, probably at the start of lockdown, so a few months ago now.
Oh God, I'd love to watch that.
But I was watching it whilst I was making dinner, being like, sorry, is this guy for real?
Keep that noise down. He said, do you know who I am?
Yeah, exactly. So funny.
Yeah. Oh God. Oh, I'll see if it's on YouTube.
Oh, maybe actually. Have a look. So being stuck at home, some people have said it's been completely doing their head in, and some people have said it's actually been quite good for their creative juices. What are your thoughts?
It hasn't done a great deal for my creative juices, I'm not going to lie.
Okay, fair.
I have liked it. I was when we first went into lockdown, I was like, I can do so much writing, and I've only written 4 songs since we've been in lockdown, which I would have anticipated it would be a bit more than that. Okay. So it hasn't been amazing for that, but it has been really nice to be at home. I'm still working from home, so it's cool because I'm still talking to my colleagues and stuff, But it's just been really nice to be at home with family and stuff. And then, yeah, it's nice to have the freedom to do music when I want to do it, because it's quite frustrating if, like, you're in the office and you suddenly get, like, a burst of, like, oh, I need to write this down, and then, like, you're at work and you can't. So it's been good for that, but it hasn't been like music 24/7 like I thought it was going to be. But it has been nice to just be at home. I'm definitely not doing my head in. I'm a home bird, so everyone's like, the pubs are open, and I'm like, yeah. I'll be here still.
Myself, oh, lot of blue. I'm invisible to you. Let's play hide and seek, but you're not looking for me. I'm screaming, can you hear me? And now you having fun, yeah. Are you having fun, yeah? Are you having fun, yeah? Are you having fun, yeah? It's nice to have friends, they're all I'll ever have. It's nice to know you. It's the furthest I'll get, and from all the running, I'm losing my breath. And are you having fun, yeah? Are you having fun, yeah? Are you having fun, yeah? Are you having fun, yeah?
The Alpha Sessions with Emma Joyce.
What's that like weird thing that you've had to do to make things feel a bit normal? So like, for example, I have to put perfume on before I jump on a Zoom. I know it sounds mega weird. Yeah, it's so weird.
Oh,
It's like, no one's gonna smell me, who cares?
Cute, though. The cute thing, the weird thing that I've been doing
To keep things normal, everyone's got something, I reckon.
to keep things normal, I've been doing absolutely nothing that I would have been doing anyway. I've not really been wearing makeup. I'm washing my hair once a week. I'm exercising a lot more, which would never happen. I can't think what I'm doing to keep things. I go for a lot of I go running a lot with my friends.
Okay, cool.
Because I was doing that all the time anyway.
Yeah.
And obviously it's not, we don't really do social distance runs anymore, but we were when we were in lockdown. But to be honest with you, I stopped doing that for about 3 weeks, but after a while I thought I am going to go mad if I don't do that. So yeah, once a week I was meeting my friends for like a social distance run. So I'd say that's probably what I've been doing to keep it normal, keep it sane.
Okay, and what have you been working on at the moment that you can tell us about?
Like music wise?
Yes.
Do you know what? You actually have one of the tracks that you've got is I finished it on the morning that I recorded it for you.
That's
so
mad.
Actually, what I was working on, which was my new thing, you've got it. So
amazing.
I am writing more songs. I'm thinking a lot about the production. I'm really looking forward to getting back in the studio. So I'm thinking a lot about the production ideas for my next few songs. But you actually do have the freshest thing
amazing.
that I've got going on. So I don't have a lot to report on that, to be honest.
That's good. I feel like we've got a bit of an exclusive there. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you do.
And which part of the process would you think that you've missed the most?
Well, to be honest with you, this music for me only really took off at the beginning of the year.
Yeah.
So I did West Kent Music Live. I was in contact with sort of the Tunbridge Wells local music scene about doing gigs, and it was all just about to get going, and then it stopped. So in all honesty, not a lot has really changed for me, but I obviously did go into the studio and I had a right sort of hankering for it, and then I couldn't anymore. So the answer to the question would be I cannot wait to get back in the studio, but it really did all just get going for me as soon as it was over.
So frustrating.
It's so frustrating.
Are you able to do a little bit remotely or not really so much?
No, I'm not. I don't have the facilities to do anything here, unfortunately. It's really frustrating. I used to have like Pro Tools home recording, but when we moved, it sort of all went into storage, and there's just no room for it now, so I don't have anything like that. But I do have a friend who does things like that, so if this goes on if the studio doesn't reopen and whatever, there is an option for me to do like some really basic acoustic recording, which I am thinking about doing. But yeah, just see what happens, see when they open, really.
And if people want to find out more about you, where can they go? What can they do?
They can go to my Instagram page, which is the only form of social media I actually managed to keep up with, which is at Mia Rose Pembroke. So they can find me on there, and anything I'm up to, it will all be going on there, really. Again, it's slow at the moment because there's nothing really going on, but I'll be posting obviously bits from this on there.
Yeah.
And then any covers that I do will go on there. So I did try and do Twitter, but nothing was happening.
Yeah, no, I don't really. We're not very. Well, we are a bit, but probably most Instagram, I think. That's where we.
I found it a lot easier to engage on Instagram than I have. I've got a YouTube channel. I put things up on there, but that's not really. I wouldn't really class that as sort of social media at all. So I gave Twitter a go, and I was constantly posting and hashtagging, and it's almost like it just wasn't reaching anyone.
Whereas I feel like you have to think about really carefully what you're going to post as well. As in, what you're actually writing, what words you use. Whereas Instagram, it's like, picture, go.
Yeah, I know what you mean. It does. Yeah, I know what you mean, actually. I did find that I was a bit like, okay, I need to... On Instagram, I'm very like myself. Yeah. I will speak in a caption exactly how I would normally, but on Twitter, I was sort of using different language and stuff, and I just felt it wasn't reaching anyone. So to be honest, Instagram at the moment is the only one that I'm keeping up with, because every single time I post, there's some kind of engagement. There's a new following or a message or a radio opportunity or something, but on Twitter it was just weren't happening.
So everyone should be following the Instagram, not the Twitter. Probably a good shout.
100%. Right. Take note.
Well, thank you so much for giving up your time and chatting to us today. And like I said at the beginning of the interview, your track is on my playlist, so that will be going on repeat in our house.
That is amazing.
And hopefully we'll speak to you soon.
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing. All right, thanks so much.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Constant eyes, it's your sunshine, baby, shine. She had a little girl named after Stevie, and Stevie only dreams of what she sees upon the TV. Oh, I'll make you famous, make you famous. Oh my girl, I'll make you famous. And I'll take care of ya, tell you I love ya. I can see it now, baby, they'll adore ya. Take off all of your clothes, you're a natural. Beautiful girl, give me a smile and say you're so to the world. Long hair, starlight, complex, she wears it best. Stars were in her eyes and she was fighting shameless. He took her by the hand and said that he would make her famous. So I'll make you famous, make you famous. Oh my girl, I'll make you famous. And I'll take care of ya,